has stood at its helm, with the power peacefully and respectfully being passed from generation to generation. However, this tradition of peaceful transfer of power was shattered 40 years ago when our benevolent and beloved King Numitor was overthrown and exiled by his own brother Romulus, who had no respect for family or tradition. Knowing he had no legitimate claim to the throne, and fearing that he may one day be overthrown by those that did, Romulus ordered that all of Numitor's sons be executed, and that his sole daughter, Rehearsal, swear a vow of chastity for her entire life, so that she may never bear any children. Over the next couple of decades, Romulus abused his power to amass wealth while disregarding the citizens of his city, and slowly but surely, our magnificent Alba Longa deteriorated into what it is today. A city overrun with thieves and scoundrels fighting for their own personal gain, while the few good people that are left struggle to survive. Now I know what you must be thinking. Surely there is no hope for these people. Alba Longa is destined to fall and crumble under the selfishness of man, forever to be forgotten by history. However, the gods had a different plan. One night, as Rehearsal slept, she was visited in a dream by Mars himself, who spoke to her at length about greatness and destiny. When Rehearsal awoke, she was discovered to be pregnant with twin boys. When Romulus was informed of her pregnancy, he was furious and sentenced Rehearsal to death. However, upon hearing her story, he reconsidered. Although Romulus did not believe her, he feared that he may anger the god of war himself on the off chance that she was telling the truth. So he decided to spare her life and allow her to give birth months later. Are you guys getting all of this? No sense in stopping now. It only gets crazier from here, so strap in, folks. Still fearing that he may one day be overthrown, Romulus ordered the newly born twins to be killed outside of city walls in hopes that the anger of the gods would not breach the walls of his city. Royal guards carried the twins in a basket to the Tiber River, where they were left to drown. Once more, the gods had other plans, and Tiberinus calmed the river currents to allow the basket to safely float and eventually land on a bank. After a few hours of the twins crying loudly, they were found by a she-wolf who nurtured and fed them as if they were her own cubs. This allowed the twins to survive in the wild for multiple weeks before finally being found by a poor shepherd by the name of Faustus, who took the boys home and raised them as his. The two twins have been living as shepherds ever since under the names Romulus and Remus, unaware of their true royal identities. But why did the gods choose to protect these mere lowly shepherds, you may ask? Well, that is something we're still waiting to find out.
I know all this already. I was actually there. Now, can you please get out of here? I don't know why I have to tell you every single day, but I really don't want them finding out about everything until they're ready.
What else am I supposed to do? Go back to spouting a Julius propaganda? I have standards, you know, and those standards are the truth.
If I give you this, will you just leave me alone?
Ooh, yes, thank you, kind sir. We'll be back tomorrow.
Please don't be.
Hey, Pops, we just saw a couple of our guardsmen heading this way. You know what's up with that?
Yeah, weren't they here just last week? I don't know what they want.
Ask me why. I prayed to the gods it's not another increase. We really can't afford it as it is.
Don't worry, Pops. I won't let them push us around this time.
You will restrain yourself, Remus. Losing you would only make it harder to pay their outrageous protection tax.
Don't worry, I'll keep you in check.
You wish you could keep me in check.
Why don't you try something and find out?
That's enough, boys. Wipe down before they're here.
Morning, fellows.
How can I help you, gentlemen?
It says here that your monthly payment's due.
I'm sorry, but you must be mistaken. We just paid you last week. We were short, and you took one of our sheep, remember?
I think it's you that's mistaken, old man. I know your mind ain't as sharp as it used to be, so I'll make this as clear as I can. Pay up, or else we'll burn this place to the ground.
Hey, dickwad. I know for a fact you were here last week. because I remember that ugly mug of yours.
What did you just call me, Brad?
Forgive my brother. He's a bit stultish, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, whatever. As long as he apologizes, I'll let him off this time.
You really think I...
You know these guys don't mess around. Tone it down, dude. Don't want them to cause Derek any more trouble than they already do.
I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
Good. I should teach these boys of yours some manners. We'll be back soon. See if our routine is ready. Why, you little brat? Ow.
Please, my son, don't hurt me!
Oh, we're well past that, Grandpa. This street is in King's hands now. I guarantee that if you're down with him, you're still be begging for death.
Forgive me, Father. They're going after them. They will kill him.
They'll kill you if you attempt it.
Come on, Pops. You know I'm strong. You know I can take care of those thugs, especially with Remus by my side.
No, my son, you don't understand. You boys are special. Meant for greatness someday. You can't go throwing your life away. Once Romulus realizes who your brother is, he'll surely kill him and come after you. He'll stop at nothing until you boys are dead. You need to get out of here. Escape with your life.
What are you talking about, Dad? You're not making any sense.
Years ago, there were rumors of the true successor to the throne, Numitor's grandchildren, the twins of Mars, touched the true tossed away when they were just babies, left to the elements. I knew there was something off with you boys when I found you. But as I've watched you mature, I can tell. You are God.
Hey, Dora, what's going on?
What? You just... How did you escape?
Escape? Oh, no, I just took care of Romulus.
You did what? How?
It was actually quite easy. I mean, you do know he was like 90 years old, right? Plus, I'm jacked. It's actually kind of bad, though. I do feel kind of bad about it. But it had to be done.
So wait, you just killed the king and then you left the city leaderless, destined to crumble?
Of course not. On my way out, I happened to come across a guy who was screaming about the history of Albalonga and how evil Romulus was. So naturally, I told him Romulus was no more. And after a brief moment of celebration, he told me that he was the previous king, Numitor himself. Now, I'm not 100% sure if I believe him or not, but I feel the city needs a good ruler, so I told him to retake his throne and try to fix things. If you can. Now we just go home and live our lives with Dad, free of Louise's tyranny.
Yeah. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do that anymore. I think we need to find a new place to live. Get a fresh start. Create our own city that's completely free of problems, you know?
What are you talking about? We gotta go home. Why wouldn't we?
Well, Dad filled me in about where we came from. And what the gods want us to do with our lives. I feel like him telling me that means he knows we're not going to be coming back.
I'm not gonna pretend to know what you're talking about, but you seem pretty dead set on it, so I'm in. As long as you promise to tell me what Dad told you as we explore, that is.
Of course I'll tell you. In exchange for you telling me all the things that Numitor told you about Albalonga's past and Amelia's. So careful, we're the sons of Mars. No, exactly. No. I don't know where he came from, but he just sprouted all this out like he knew it ever since he found us. Yeah, he found us on the riverbank, by the way.
River?
Yeah, exactly. Sprouted more in this boat, but you know what? This feels like the perfect spot to settle. What do you think?
I would have to agree. That hill over there with the water coming off of it would be a great starting point. I say we go scout it out and then get the...
Whoa, now! Don't get too ahead of yourself, dear brother. I think that hill a bit farther away would serve as a better foundation. If the city were to last, that is. If we're too close to the water, then we won't be able to defend ourselves as well.
I wholeheartedly disagree, but I know I can't reason with you when you got your mind set on something, so I say we leave it to the gods.
Well, you know I'm always down for some arguing. How do you think we should settle this?
I say we both set up on the hills we've chosen, and whoever sees the most birds there in the next 10 minutes wins.
Make it 5 and you got yourself a deal.
Oh, my dear brother, I bet you're going to regret making this bet when you hear what I saw. Woodpeckers! 6 of them!
Well, it appears that I am the winner since I saw 12 vultures.
Wait, no way! Woodpeckers are the birds of Mars. You can't just tell me it's not a coincidence that I see his bird after we just found out he's our real father. And we said the gods will decide. Are you really going to argue with them?
But it was you that decided that this was to be a contest of numbers, was it not? Seems mighty convenient to me that the rules always seem to change when you're losing.
I didn't change the rules, the gods did. Are you really going to ignore them?
I think the gods would rather us stick to the agreement we originally made. What if Mars sent those birds as a test to see if you would stay true to our original bets, and now you're failing it?
How does that make any sense?
How does you being the winner make any sense when you saw half the number of birds I did?
You can't just... You know, whatever, man. I don't need to deal with this. It's clear you are never going to let me win, so I give up. Enjoy your hill, King Julius. Okay, maybe the Romulus thing was a little bit too far, but you... What is this?
Our city! Well, the very start of it, that is.
Yeah. What is this?
It's our wall! Every good city needs a wall!
This is not a wall. I don't know how you could ever expect this thing to actually protect you.
Well, it's not clearly done yet. I'm planning on...
Honestly, I think your only choice is to start over at this point. This wall is properly fucked, man.
Oh, come on, there's no need for that. I'm doing my best here, while you're over there nitpicking every single thing I do.
I'm not nitpicking. I'm just explaining the structural issues with the wall you built. Just look at it.
You best watch yourself, brother. You can disrespect me, but you should be cautious in disrespecting the site on which we are intending to create our legacy. Would you really allow our progeny to suffer from some silly debate?
The fact that you think this is a silly debate just shows my superiority over you.
What are you talking about?
Isn't it obvious, brother? There can only be one king. No great city has ever had 2 kings. Just think of it. Remus, the one true king of Rheme.
Rheme?
Of course, I'm naming the city after myself.
And why is it that you get to be king instead of me? I am just as worthy as you are, if not more!
More? Look at this wall. Really, look at it for a minute. You really think you can protect people with your set of skills?
I do, actually. And I'll prove it to you.
Oh, hell yeah. Now this is more like it. Why let the gods decide when I know I can just beat you myself? Whoever wins gets to be king, and whoever loses gets to be what? The royal jester.
The loser is exiled, never to come back.
Come on, man. You can't be that upset about the well comments.
Have you already forgotten that the tyranny that you fought to overthrow was the result of 2 brothers trying to rebel against one another? I do not wish to allow this city to resign to the same fate. Only one of us can stay.
Fine, but I'm not going to go easy on them.
Nor on you. Good luck, dear brother.
I don't need luck.
I can't do this.
You get faster.
No! cannot let the blood have an enemy stain the walls of this fake city. Sorry it had to come to this, dear brother. I was only doing what any good king would do. I'll make certain to give you a good, proper burial. Perhaps I'll hail my river that you love so much. Afterwards, I'll protect you with my life. It's the least I can do in your honor, for it shall be claimed as a part of the city. It's the least I can do for you, my dear Remus. I can only hope and pray to the gods above that our descendants are not plagued by the same sorts of vile and utter tyranny that plagued and resulted in you losing your life. Oh well. It leads a path to turn. But in the meantime, I do need to fix this wall, I suppose. After all that arguing and fighting, he was actually right. This wall can't keep anyone out. It is to be expected, though. It's a city as beautiful as this one. Beautiful Rome. Surely cannot be built in a day.